Yo, what is up guys? Today we're going to be looking at the Soma Prime INCARNON mode. The INCARNON upgrade makes the Soma Prime, which was already an amazing weapon, an insane weapon. So we're going to be looking at it and testing it on Netracells. Alright, so here we are at the Netracells, and the enemies are going to be level 220 to 240 with extra health and shield as well. We have no respawns and consumables are limited. So it's basically steel path level 220 to 240. People were saying before in one of my previous videos that Netracells doesn't have a steel path version. It's got the same multipliers as a steel path mission pretty much. It's pretty much a steel path mission. It's not actually a steel path mission because I'm pretty sure you can do it before getting steel path unlocked, and there's no like harder version of the mission. There's only one version of the mission, but I mean it's pretty much steel path because of it has the same boosters, the same multipliers, or similar multipliers. Anyways, as you can see, the INCARNON mode of the Soma Prime is insane. It does a lot of damage. I'm just single tap firing. Look at the multi-shot on it, like, bro. Crazy. So I'm gonna turn off my clones because I don't want him to interrupt my killing spree. Where am I supposed to be going now? Here we are. Alright, so INCARNON form, 3 shots without any like big buffs, no roar, no nothing. No on kill buff. I let that die down. So this is like pre buffs, right? In INCARNON form. And then like this is with roar. One shot. Look at the Eximus unit, no problem, dude. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's crazy insane. Damn, dude. Alright, let's swap to normal mode so I can show you guys the buffed damage of the normal mode when we get some enemies in here. And as you can see, INCARNON mode charges really fast. You just gotta hit either headshots or weak spots. You can charge on weak spots as well as headshots, right? So you don't need to always hit the head. So for some enemies, their weak spot, they don't even have a head. Like these guys, their weak spot is this big, easy to hit square box that's connected to the arm. So yeah, activate roar in INCARNON mode and bop, massive fucking damage. Bro, you don't even need to aim for like the head or the weak spots. Like, you should because you'll get more damage, but I mean, you don't need to. If you're bad at aiming like me, you can just do your best. Oh yeah, I wasn't gonna use him, I forgot. I'm so used to always pulling him out when I don't have him. But yeah, like, you don't even need to be like amazing at aiming. Look at this. You just bop. See all the slash and the heat and the viral procs and all the crits. And back to INCARNON form already. Eximus units just completely get destroyed. And if you don't have the augment mod, that's fine. This build does use the augment mod, so I'm just gonna say that now for people who are actually watching this footage and not skipping straight to the build. It does use the augment mod. However, you don't need the augment mod. There are multiple different setups that I could show you that will be viable. Yeah, I think the augment mod's really good because it gives you more crit chance. But yeah, it gives you more crit chance on hit, so that's super useful. As long as you don't reload, you keep on getting more crit chance. So this is the type of weapon that you don't want to reload a lot, and it also has a slow reload and a really big magazine. But it also has a massive fire rate, right? I used to use a mod that would actually speed up the fire rate even more, and you could go with that if you want to, but since I'm using the augment, I don't want to reload, and I don't want to waste a bunch of ammo missing shots. So it's focused more on just overall damage from different statuses and crits rather than like a bunch of fire rate. And that way you're not wasting your ammo, you're never running out of ammo, and you're still doing tons of damage without the 90% fire rate, especially because the 90% fire rate mod takes away the 15% damage. The mod that I used to use that would have a bunch of fire rate would also lower the damage, and if I would be missing shots, and without the augment, it was not that good of a build. I mean, you can get a good build without the augment, don't get me wrong. And it wasn't like a terrible build, especially for like the mods that we had back then. Shit, for the mods that I had back then, I think it was fine. But bro, now dude, this thing is crazy though. One tapping at level 200s, like these Eximus units are gonna take a little bit more than one tap, but like bro, so quick to die. Can we get the INCARNON mode charged up again? That's a little bit beefier, but even him completely shredded. I don't even think this has hunter munitions on it either. So like if you don't have the augment, you could use hunter munitions. Hunter munitions is a really good option. You would get so much slash procs every time you get any crits. I should probably be doing the mission properly. I'm just like killing enemies outside the ring. I need to cut that part out where I was killing enemies outside the ring so I get flamed in the comments. I just woke up, guys. I'm sorry. Even the regular fire mode on the Incarnate or on the Soma does a lot of damage. It's just if you're bad like me and you never hit the weak points, it only takes like a few shots on the weak points to fully charge it. So there's no reason for you to use the non-incarnate form for like more than a couple seconds unless it's an enemy that has no weak spots or really hard to hit weak spots, or you're just really bad at aiming. That's fair enough. Alright, I wonder what we get. I hope that it's an Archon shard, because lately I've just been getting like melee arcane adapters, melee arcanes. Give me an Archon shard and make it Tau Forged, please, pretty please. Oh, well that's a legendary arcane. Ugh. Not what I wanted, but it is pretty rare. Still. Honestly, those credits are so nice though, dude. 158,000 credits, bro. With how fast I go through credits, I'm gonna be adding this to the credit guide. Like, bro. I'm gonna be making a credit guide in the future, but I'm not sure when. It could be like super soon, because I'm like literally at 1.5 mil creds and I'd be trading so much. Anyways, let's check out the build. So, headshots and charge incarnate transmutation, alt fire transmute, switching back will expend any remaining charge, gain increased status chance and multi-shot while slowing fire rate. Alright, increased damage by 12 with armor over 450 plus 4 punch through. My Wukong does not have that much armor, and I wasn't really using the thing that buffs my armor because I don't really care. The other option is slightly less damage and on bleed kill overshield, so that could be useful if you want more protection. Yeah, I could have got the extra armor just to show off the extra punch through, but I don't always have this much armor with all my setups, so I just felt like not showing off the extra armor. I could have easily set it up, but I didn't want to. Minus 50% recoil, and when you pair this with primary you could pair this, right? You could pair this with primary deadhead, right? And then you have minus 100% weapon recoil with precision headshot kill, giving you 120% more damage, up to 360% more damage, and then more headshot multiplier. Now, the reason why I don't do this is because precision headshot kill is a very specific thing for you to need to do. You know, if you hit a weak spot on a lot of these enemies, that's cool, but it's a hit. It's not going to count as a kill, and it's a weak spot. It's not a headshot. So a lot of the enemies in these Nature Cell missions, you can't get precision headshot kills on easily. So that's why I opt for Primary Merciless, and we're using Hata Satya. Each hit increases crit chance by 1.2%, resets upon reloading or holstering. Also, Vigilance Supplies gives you another 5% crit chance to increase critical hits. Anyways, one last thing that I forgot to show is the increased crit damage multiplier by 0.6. So then we have Galvanized Chamber for multi-shot, Galvanized Aptitude for status chance and more direct damage per status type, Primed Cryo Rounds and Malignant Force for viral damage and status chance. We have Critical Delay for crit chance. It slows fire rate, but that's okay. We have Thermite Rounds for heat and Vital Scent for crit damage, giving us 90% crit chance, 7.9 times crit multiplier, and 30% status. So we're doing viral and heat. The viral procs are going to make you do an extra 325% damage, giving you an extra 4 times multiplier, a 4.25 times multiplier that you wouldn't have if you didn't have viral damage. And then heat is also going to be stripping armor and crowd controlling enemies, so heat really good, viral really good. You could also build for a bunch of different ways, right? You could do faction damage if you're going up against a certain faction and you want to do that. You could do hunter munitions if you want a bunch of slash procs. You could do vile acceleration if you want a stupid amount of fire rate, and you could also go with galvanized scope if you are going against enemies that have easy to hit heads. Because yeah, if you're doing primary deadhead with galvanized scope instead of critical delay, or instead of Hatsatya, whichever one, that could work out, but you're gonna be needing to get headshot kills so it needs to be enemies that have heads that are easy to get headshot kills on. Anyways, that's the build. If you don't have prime cryo rounds, or if you just want more status chance, you could go with rhyme rounds, give you a little bit more status chance. Also, I forgot to show off the stats on the bottom. The incarnon form has a much slower fire rate, so the regular form has a stupid fire rate of 12, and the incarnon form only has 5.6, but that's fine because the multi-shot is 14.4 compared to 1.8. Right, so 14.4 stupid ass multi-shot. We'll also have the 4 punch through whenever we have our armor. 50% less recoil is pretty good with 30% crit chance, 8.8 crit multiplier, and 9% status per projectile. Now the status might seem low and the crit chance might seem low, but if you have a 14.4 multi-shot, it ends up being pretty dank. You're getting a bunch of statuses, a bunch of viral, a bunch of heat, and a bunch of slash as well. So you don't even need to mod for slash, and you will be getting slash procs. So that's really, really nice. And yeah, that's the build. I hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to join the Discord if you want to be notified of future videos and streams. Link is in the description. I'll be streaming here in the future. If you see me live, be sure to drop by. I love you guys all for making it all the way to the end, and thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day today, and peace out.